Echo Arena is a zero-gravity virtual reality sport that requires teamwork, skill, and communication to succeed. The arena features a spawn area where the game begins. Players enter the arena through a launch tube that has a catapult ring inside to increase speed as they enter. The teams race to be the first team to get to the disc in the center, which is also called the joust. Players enter the arena full of geometric shapes that can be used strategically during a match. The three basic player positions are striker, midfielder, and goalie. Each player's Echo unit is equipped with a thruster on each wrist, a booster on the back, and brakes to slow players down from the high speeds. Re-grabbing or stacking is a common technique used in-game. This is demonstrated when players use each other repeatedly in a slingshot motion to increase their speed. Another useful skill is stunning. This allows the players to temporarily disable the opponent's movement. Stunning can be countered by using the blocking skill, which causes the stunner to be stunned as the offensive team progresses through the arena with the disc. The defending team protects their bubble, which serves as a three-point line around the goal. When players enter the bubble, each goal accounts for just 2 points. When a team scores, the disc spawns on the opposing team's end of the arena to give them the joust advantage.
Hello, Echo Units, and welcome to another night on NEPA TV. We got two great matches for you tonight, and we have an all-star match and then the owners match. So you get to see all the team owners battle it up head-to-head. And I got a special guest for tonight as well, so you'll see who they are in just a second. But we're going to get into the rules real quick before we get into our games and announcing who's playing. So let's take a look at those real quick. Part of the player series, we have 8-minute quarters, 5-minute half times, 1-minute timeout per team per half. Fifth player allowed in spawn area. That's just to allow an easy swap out in case something happens. Servers, all that kind of stuff. Overtime is golden goal, so first to score wins that. Then no toxic or discriminatory behavior. And then for tonight, announcing our owners match, we have our West Conference versus our East Conference. Western sitting with Timber, Nails, Brutus, Van Dyke, and Irish Stout. With Eastern, Mother, Naptime, Wizzest, Child, Bean Eagle, and Spider. And also, with us tonight, our special guest host, along with Palador himself, joining us, we have Mr. Ivan Thrive. Welcome everybody, guys.
Hey there. How's everyone doing?
Right? Time to party.
Welcome everyone to the Pro Series All-Star and also the Owners game. You saw those awesome videos and hype leading up to it, the votes and all that other good stuff. Well, guess what? It all comes to a head here. Today in the middle of the week, it's hump day. We're also just days away from a start of a new VRML season. We're days away from a championship match in the Pro Series, and I'm in a daze. So, you guys, how you feeling? Focus and Ivan Thrive. I'm glad to have you both here, kind of making your on-cam debuts on in terms of the for these Pro Series casts. So glad to have you both.
Yeah, tonight's a bit more fun, I leave the serious stuff up to you. I'm here mainly as, back end and for filler fun, so first time being on, a little nervous, but hey, we're here. It's good. Glad to be here. Glad to be here with you guys, some people I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Ivan?
Well, absolutely.
Also glad to be here with such a legend like Palador, right? Obviously.
Oh, shucks.
Well,
people will verify. I still don't know how to take compliments. So awkward with them, but appreciate it nonetheless. I'm just Palador. But I do see a bunch of All-Stars in the chat right now. Hello, guys. Got 80-plus viewers stopping by.
Oh, wow.
Crispy,
Hello.
will you sign my forehead? There was a disappointing lack of forehead sighting this past weekend, but I will sign yours, absolutely.
Perfect.
See,
well,
JDG, talk about some All-Stars. But yeah, Muted Monster, Swagor, Splice Knight, Wolf. Looks like we are getting ready to go here rather soon, but we got all the players, the owners, that is to say, in the game. And as I recall, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I know from this side we have Irish Stout, aka Arthur, who along with Timber and Nap Time. Those are the three players who are kind of longer time Echo players, and they played, they had a couple of seasons of experience, I suppose, over the months.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Timber was captain of Space Bears, which is a VR Master League team, alongside Irish Stout, who's a legend, was on Wireless Jacks, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, that might be a mistake.
Arthur was on Nova.
It was Nova. You're right.
Dimwit would have gotten really mad. He would have thrown a dim fit if I had not gotten that one right. But what's up, Dimwee? Wherever you are, I think you were in there earlier.
In the Echo universe, somewhere out there.
Another thing to add that on the blue side, Naptime is also part of the Ancient Athletes, which is also a VR Master League team. So some of these owners do have some VR Master League experience.
I was gonna say, with the owners,
guys.
we can pull up their pages and actually get a better idea of what teams they're correlated with. So we'll show the orange side. Because, still getting familiar with these, and then seeing some of the actual, team owners. We have Timber, who is the owner of the Florida Laser Sharks, Nails, Denver Raptors, Brutus, Austin Burners, Van Dyke, the Hustle, and Irish Stout with the Destroyers.
Yeah, for those who didn't know, those casts we had during the Pro Series, Nails and I. That's right, it was a loaded Raptors cast, and you guys didn't even know it. At least half of you probably didn't. So surprise, surprise, the bias was real. But not really. Yeah. Good to see Nails. I'm actually excited to see what Nails can do because I have not seen him play quite yet.
I was gonna
some
say,
people,
casting with them, you don't ever see them play. I haven't actually played with them.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what they bring, what they've been doing, Obviously, they've been trying to practice and get ready for today, probably spend some extra time in the arena. So I'm excited to see how slow or fast the gameplay goes. And it's actually their chance. It's a chance to get in and kind of rough each other up, Then coming up on
I'm
the
sure
blue
we'll
side.
see some of that from Brutus. I know I see JD in there was talking about pocketing a 3, but I just want to see some, brutalness. I know that's not really the grammatical correct thing to say, but neither was that. But grammatically and erratically, we're gonna go now to the opposite side. Go ahead.
I do want to say that I was told a story about Van Dyke that I think would be funny. He might be embarrassed to hear about, but when they were first trying to get him to play Echo Arena, he wouldn't leave the shoot. He just wanted to stay in the tunnel. So I'm curious to see how he's doing now in game. Watch him end up being the MVP somehow.
You know what? Every bird has to fly in order, to leave the nest, or at least in this case, leave the tunnel and go to the nest. But I'm excited to see certainly what all of them are able to do.
Another thing I want everyone to watch out for. One thing Motherboard is super famous for is her bruising skills. So there's going to definitely be a lot of bruising when she's around.
Nice, that'll be good against any stacks that come up.
Oh yeah, she's been taught well to be a great stat breaker.
Cool. I'm writing them up right now, and excited to see what they do. Yeah, Motherboard, for those of you who don't know, owner of the Nashville Legends, Nap Time, Dallas Knights, the Wizzest, of course, be with the Wizards. Love that. Cha with the Orlando Cyclones. Still excited to see who takes that win home on Saturday. Bean Eagle, New York Kings, and Spider with Montreal Freeze.
All right, well, gonna be fun, guys.
On those, yeah.
But we're gonna ready up the teams as noted, and I'm gonna get ready to go on this cast. So everyone, welcome to it. Thanks for joining again. I'll give a few more shout outs there in the chat. We have Thunder Dash VR as well as Super Stab and Rage or Dage. By the way, how's it going? See, Big Daddy, what's up? That's we've got Crispy. I think I've shouted you out again, but nonetheless, I'll sign your forehead twice. And Rosie, Cyclones win easy. I've been hearing that, but I feel like there's a bias there too.
Oh, 100%.
But you know what? We'll see the Cyclones quite soon, in just a couple of days, actually, on Saturday for the championships. And
our next cast.
Cyclones versus Kansas City Echo Club. Reverse that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's going to be a thriller, no doubt, but nonetheless, we do have the start of the first round, so let's get to it. First quarter, 8 minutes on the clock. Again, I'm Palador, being joined by Ivan Thrive to focus on cams as well as side analysis and nap time with the first disc and the first leap as we get things underway here. The first joust going ultimately, well, to Irish's arms after the initial shot attempt as that gets sent towards the mid lane. Now bouncing as the players brawl on one end, so a loose disc picked up with plenty of time to spare its motherboard with that recovery and right through and maybe lining up the shot. A soft one, and it is tissue soft, but quite nice in a sneeze and a breeze. It's nap time. First threes.
Nap time's letting everyone know he's not asleep right now.
Yeah, not at all. Slowly but surely. Shout out to the lemming style shot there. My old teammate, that was kind of how he threw it. Nice and easy, but you know what? As long as it's straight, that's what counts. So the lead now. First lead, anyways, taken by East. Now we'll be off to the blue end of the zone where Irish Stouts, well, that's a strong shot coming out there. Put some speed behind it. Not quite on the goal, though, but recovery here by Timber. Timber from those tall timbers, now looking pretty limber as Irish Stout takes it up from up high. Board shot going right by on the ding. And whizzing by the hands into Irish. And I wish upon a star. Well, 2 points. There you are. It's 3-2. And now West on the board. So far, trading goals here early on. But first one from Nat Time and then Irish. I guess, guys, that's maybe not the unexpected results, right? We talked about these players with multi-seasons of experience, and Irish certainly one of those players who've been here in Echo since the beginning. Nap Time up top will bounce it to the Wizzes. Then the Wizzes sending a pass, perhaps, just leading it right over to Nap Time. And just like that, they're up 5-2.
Nap time's doing quite an incredible job, honestly, in this game right now. It looks like he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and then I see the chat there going nuts, saying, "Man, you gotta drive that." But you know what? I like it. It was a pass. I'm going to give credit for that. It was most definitely a pass, just leading the cutting player. Now look at that. Nothing getting past Nap Time. Well, except the disc off the goalpost, I suppose. But a nice steal, at the very least. And I'll do it not once, but twice. So Nap Time looking for the 2-time, making it a 3-time. No! It's offline, I guess, as Nap Time gets another recovery, ducks, and converts 7-2. Crowd noises, says Crispy.
Crowd noises.
It's the one thing we don't have yet. Oh, you got like a soundboard? Yeah, that'd be one thing that'd be cool in Echo, have the crowd noise there. That's kind of why LAN events are cool. Of course, got the NEPA Charity Cup coming up in a couple months. We'll see some of that there as a deep shot is snagged here. Nails trying to fly on in like a raptor, but instead gets stolen and sent off by Nap Time. So Nap Time doing some great work in terms of the thievery early on with a few steals already. And now a loose disc just floating in, floating out, but still a lot of time to recover. The Wizzes there is lined up for a pass potentially, but sailing past the arms, unfortunately, bouncing off that side wall. Nothing subtle about that plug, Crispy. Nothing subtle at all. But Nap Time here with a disc, and not subtle is a scoring effort from Nap Time, putting them up 9-2 now. And Nap Time all the way.
I want to take a moment to say Nap Time is doing a great job of going from the back to the front, from the front to the back. Definitely leading the blue team quite well.
Yeah, for sure. Nap Time with 9 points, all 9 points, 1 save, and 3 steals. So putting up the stats in a hurry, looking wide awake. Someone called Katy Perry. Over to the sideline, though. It's going to bounce off that tunnel into the arms of Nails. Now Nails up high will bounce, and 3 players getting back in the recovery, but knocked loose by, and scored by Irish Stout there.
What about?
Beautiful job.
Irish Stout was incredible bounce shots. He attempted it earlier on, but this one definitely went in.
And Brutus there, the steal basically to enable that and wind it up with an assist as well. That was really nicely done and getting them back on the board after conceding a few goals in a row. As chat's noting in there, see us at the 100 viewer count just now, so awesome stuff. Welcome to the stream. We have our All-Star match right after this. Currently our owners match to get things started and warmed up, just seeing what these team owners can do. And so far, so good. They're putting up a lot of scores and a lot of steals, I gotta say, as Irish takes that one away. Well, thus far, Irish with a steal and a save, as well as 4 points. Definitely doing some good work on that end. The bottom of the floor will be picked up by Timber, and Timber not able to convert. Really tough angle to shoot from. I would have missed it too, trust. But that said, it's up here, knocked loose by Nails. True to the name, perhaps with some hammers, but the Wizzes will lose it off to Irish on another steal. Now as it sends down to that wedge, will be grabbed by Timber. Some brawls from Irish, and now a pass to Irish. Nicely placed on the pass, and the shot off the backboard. Getting bold with it, but unable to convert on that shot. Crispy complimenting the goalies there. And Shining Dragon complimenting the steals. Well, Dragon do love their thievery, right? They do hoard gold. At least in Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Anyway, it's Brutus here with a fling over to Irish. Or to Timber, rather. And oh, Timber knocks it down like a tree. They're within 2. What a shot.
What an incredible 3-point shot that was. He just shot it so nice and straight. Definitely a loss from the goalie there. Who was on goal? I didn't get to see. Did you, Palador?
How's Motherboard?
One lost soul. Apparently Motherboard, according to the focus there. Man, and again, that would have gotten past me as well. Nice, that was really nicely placed and unexpected. You know, my first memory of a goal of a striker, my very first memory of a striker taking me off guard in the goal, as Naptime hits one right there, open. I've said it a few times before, but shout out Jaywalker. The first time I remember being insulted by a shot someone took on me was Jaywalker, like in ESL Season 2, I believe.
Freeze buzzing
he was anchored from the boot and just shot it on me at the goal, got it past me, and all of us in our team comms were we were perfectly pleased with that. Yeah. Anyways, that shot nearly goes in up a bounce. Wow. But up top, it's gonna be Brutus sending it down to the floor. Timber just waiting there in the back line, well positioned. Definitely imagine these owners. As Naptime owns that disc now, paying attention to what these pro players have been doing on the streams over the weeks and the last couple of months. And you can kind of see it in some of that positioning there in the midfield.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Thunderfoot has been whipping them into shape. Shout out to Thunderfoot if he's out there in the stream. But honestly, yeah, these guys are all doing a really great job playing.
And yeah, Thunderfoot is in fact in the stream, so shout out Thunderfoot. Putting the pedals to the metal and the foots to the pedal and see if they can pedal for one more, as they will have 12 seconds on the board. That's a beautiful pass to Timber. Timber almost going for another pocket and very nearly hit it. Timber unable to do that, but Timber able to get the rebound, maybe finding one more pass if they can. Just a quick heave, but the time not quite there. And it will be the end of the first quarter. Up by 4 points is East, but only 4 points. Very entertaining as we now end the round here.
From our sponsors.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
This Saturday, January 22nd, brings the NEPA Pro Series to a close. The best of each conference meet in the area to battle it out for an exclusive NEPA Pro Series champion. Will the Orlando Cyclones take home the win? Not if Echo Club Kansas City has anything to say about it. You can only catch those here on NEPA TV. For more information on the teams, follow NEPA TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. And with that, we're about to get back into the second quarter.
All right, so back to it. 8 minutes on the clock, but a very tightly knit game here. Neither team getting too much separation. Granted, East did put up a little bit of an early lead, but it did not last all too long. So, yeah, love to see that competitiveness here as the first flurry of this quarter results in a quick clear by Cha. Cha down the line, and will bounce to the mid area, right past that nugget. And, oh, Naptime putting the opponent to sleep there. Nails. And Nap Time now taking it away, looking off the Geo, but grabbing it is an Irish Stout. A great steal there before a drive could be completed. Irish with a couple of steals so far to his name. As Nails takes it away and sends it bottom lane. Will be picked right back up by Irish. Irish on this drive and some good spacing here. The bounce, though, right between two teammates. Maybe couldn't decide exactly where to put it, so will be off the wall as Timber gets a grab. Now Timber sending it over to Ness. Well communicated on that. And the pass, the shot, and conversion completed. So Timber to Irish to goal. And it's a 2-point game once again.
That was a great teamwork right there between them. They made each other eye to eye, handed it over to Irish Stout. He gets the shot. That was really nice.
Definitely was. So Timber with 3 points, Irish with 6 points. And a couple of assists between Timber and Brutus as well. Love to see that team play and that spacing on the floor. But definitely a coordinated effort on that play. Trying to make maybe an effort on that goal that was nearly on the bottom pocket. Nap Time just missing that one, but he's had a few good attempts at the goal. Irish Stout the recovery, and that's going to bounce a few different ways, ricocheting as some brawls, a multitude of them in fact, unfold over at the opposite end of the tunnel. Breaking away from that play, though, will be a couple of players. Irish getting there with a nice tap boost. But Nap Time on the back line will also find the boost and to recover that disc. Now, deep heave, that is actually pretty straight had it not been for the barrier in the way. That was a good-looking attempt at the very least. Now, the Wizzes trying to line up something. More, let's see, highlighted message there from Crispy, pointing out Motherboard's readability. Able to read the situation, get back in time, and just able to get back on the defensive end when they lose the disc and such. So shout out to that for sure. Motherboard absolutely active and reactive, and that's what you like to see. And adaptive. Why not more? More actives. Let's see, that's going to be a bounce and maybe an open goal. Oh, just a little bit of a rush shot, I think, on that one, and a tough angle.
Definitely looked like a behind the back shot right there.
Yeah, maybe going for a little bit of steez. It is All-Star Day after all, so sometimes you got to get the highlight plays underway. You know, it's worth the extra oops and ahs. As the Wizard of Oz could not quite convert on that one, but it will be a good attempt as Timber picks it and clears it. Let's see also Doug in the chat. What's up? Shout out to you. Venom also in there, cheering on the West, no doubt. At least I would hope. And Nap Time, though, getting knocked out as Irish Stout sends a deep one. See a lot of people debating, East Coast, best, no, I think West Coast, best coast. That's how it works. As oh, wow, that shot nearly in. That could have been a lead going the way of West Coast. Now another one. Well, that will be the most opportune moment to hit it. Irish Stout on the rebounded shot. Puts them up by 1.
Now, while West Coast might be the best coast and East Coast might be the beast coast, I do want to say that shot that Irish Stout shot was incredible. Nice and straight. Definitely very nice and far. I don't think anyone expected that to happen.
Maybe beast, least. Either or. It's an entertaining one so far. I have no biases, just because I'm from the West. And, no biases at all. That said, it's going to be a recovery here off that wall. It's Nap Time with a disc. Still 3.5, or actually 3:50 left on this clock, and still, it's a really close game here. Pleasantly so, as a deep shot is saved there by Motherboard. Just like Crispy had mentioned, Motherboard right in the right spot. Venom shouting out says, Irish, Mom says good job. So indeed, got the family tuning in to support Irish, who again has been at it for years in Echo teams, and VRML, owner now in the NEPA Pro Series. Definitely well acquainted with the game, as though, tell me it's not. Yes, it is. 38-meter bounce shot from Nap Time.
That was quite an incredible shot, let's be honest there. I'm kind of I'm speechless right there right now.
Nap Time is absolutely wild here today. 14 points. All 14 points for Nap Time.
Nap Time again. Oh, but he didn't go in.
Just grazing by that. So all the shots though from Naptime have been, I mean, quality looks. The ones that he's made to the tune of 14, and the ones that he's missed have been just very narrowly missed. Now that one kind of glances by, gets out of the reach a little bit, but still yet, that's a lot of momentum from bounce shots that we just saw from 3. That could really turn things around for a team and help spur on a run. That said, flying for the disc and a tough pizza slice of an angle. Irish Stout was not able to convert, but Timber able to rebound. Timber's been doing a pretty good job actually on a lot of these clear recoveries and these missed shot recoveries. Although this time just producing a clear into the mid lane. Seeing some Naptime fandom in the chat as well. People really happy about that as it goes and blows on by into the right side, or left side rather, of the floor. Picked off by Nails. Now bouncing into the ceiling. Naptime, Timber, Brutus all there in the same spot. And Naptime just running right into Brutus. Didn't even have to move. He was just waiting right there like a trap. That said, oh, it's a trap, but it's not a shot. Now that's another shot, but that's a save. And it's taken by Naptime, now showing the defensive chops as they get cut up there near the goal.
Naptime just pulled 2 saves right there. That was incredible.
Beautiful grabs there by Naptime, showing the full array. The full array. Swagor saying, tagging Cruisin', saying Timber is on a boat. And they are indeed cruising. What's up, Cruisin'? We'll be back into the arms of Irish Stout. Irish Stout sending it right up ahead. Nails just beyond the reach. Had he gotten that, I would expect a dunk from Nails for sure, and I'm still expecting one yet. Got to get some boom shakalaka up in here. So Naptime now, the clear recovery, bounces high. That I was about to quit. That bounced in, but it did not. About to pull a Dimwee and just walk away. But Naptime there walking away with a 3-point play, and it is good. It's great, in fact. 17 points on the board.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, with this number of skills going on right now, I'm ready to go and ask Naptime if he's got an open roster on his VR Master League team. Because he is amazing.
Absolutely. Naptime showing those chops. Again, he's definitely a player's player. And Master shouting out a lot of the Twitch chat there. So we'll be back into the bottom, taken by guess who? It's Naptime. Nearly again. All those shots have been so close and so far, so good. The Wizzest of Oz will put them up 19-12. And the first score coming from a player not named Naptime on the eastern side, who take a good lead going into the half. But now, speaking of the half, well, a word from our sponsors, and we'll check out some stats on the other side.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
Come and compete with the pros, March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. This one-of-a-kind event is hosted at Busch Stadium, exclusive Redbird Club, and is in support of the Special Olympics. With 20-plus teams and counting, the NEPA Charity Cup will be filled with multiple brackets, fun side activities, and much more. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. And with that, we got a halftime interviews we're going to do for you with some of the owners. Give me a second to get in, and then we'll get that going. But you all are on. Welcome, welcome. Motherboard, Arthur, you guys in your spawn area?
I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Nobody told me. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Just be in your blue spawn area. I'm about to see you coming for you. you are. Hello, hello. Okay, I see both of you right there. Motherboard, you're good. You can stay right there. Arthur, if you want to sit beside her, you can.
Oh.
And welcome. You're playing. How's it going? How's it been?
It's good. It's good. We've had a really good time.
I was gonna say, what kind of prep did you do getting ready for today?
Well, we secretly practiced a lot because we didn't want the other team knowing that we're practicing. So, Chaw had not played Echo at all. Had you, Chaw? Had you played Echo at all prior to this? No, until about a week ago. So Chaw is like the genius of the bunch. This like the savant that's coming in and really, he's the future game. He said so. And then nap time. Obviously, he's phenomenal at Echo. So he took the reins and helped us all to learn how to regrab better and work as a team and do some different plays. So we're pretty appreciative of him.
Yeah, definitely seeing nap time on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So I guess let us know a little bit about what you do. Some of the viewers don't know, and then kind of fill them in. But in terms of like marketing, promotions, planning LAN, yeah, give us a little insight what that might look like.
So I not only am I the owner of the Nashville Legends, but I also do the marketing for NEPA and the social media, and then help with like sales of commercials and sponsors and things like that. So yeah, and then I live about an hour from Busch Stadium, so it was a really good spot to have. Obviously St. Louis is known. It's in Midwest. It's known for lots of sports. So having LAN at Busch Stadium was just like a no-brainer. So whenever we were able to make that happen, we were all pretty excited about it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited too. That place looks beautiful. I've been through the 3D walkthrough, just seeing all the different like nooks and crannies, and there's so much space that we're gonna have to just set up and have players going. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it is. And every space in there, you'll be able to overlook the baseball stadium. Like you're right, it's the third floor of the baseball stadium. You have a great view of Busch Stadium and where all the pro players play. So it's obviously was a good fit for our pro players to come in.
Very nice. Well, yeah, glad to hear from you. And I think Arthur is next. Arthur, you with us?
I'm here.
Hey, Arthur's here. Perfect. Let me find you in our spawn room. Nap time. Hello, nap time. Where are you, Arthur?
I'm hiding.
You're hiding.
I'm right where Jimmy told me to be.
In the spawn area?
Yeah. I'm on the side.
If anybody sees him in here and I don't, let me know.
You'd be in other spawn.
Yeah, okay, I see, yep. Gotcha,
Oh yeah, he's on the orange team.
Trying to control a little bit of everything here, so one thing at a time. Nails, Brutus. I'm over here, I'm not seeing you.
If you're facing the scoreboard, I'm to your right.
You're hidden behind. Oh, I see. You're on the opposite side.
That's where Jimmy put me. You want me to
you're
move?
You're good. I got you. We're following you. Well, nice to find you in game. Look at that. And welcome. So Arthur Guinness, Irish Stout, fan of beer. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Your involvement in NEPA, your work with PDR, AAA.
Oh boy, that's a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I've been playing a long time. I've been playing since probably July of 2017.
Oh wow.
But I never played a ton. Venom actually introduced me to the game and taught me how to play. Although you wouldn't know it, he's a whole lot better than PDR stuff, I mean, I kind of work in there, but the players who are active in there really do more than I do. I just kind of oversee the place. But we're trying to build something, trying to build a community where people can come and work to be better and in a positive environment.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you're building the future of, how we see, or what we see. So in regards to following along the AAA, are there any players that have kind of stuck out in the finals and throughout the season to you?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot.
Yes, I did. I know. Surprise question.
Well, so I think that what's really cool about it is a lot of the AAA guys have subbed in pro matches and really done well in those matches. I'm not going to pick a certain player or a certain name, but Obviously, some of the AAA guys are now starters. Steel Skydiver comes to mind. I know Time just got moved up. So the guys who are playing AAA are playing at a very high level. And when they jump into pro, it seems to me they're able to really fit right in and do a good job.
Yeah, definitely. Some of those players, the ones helping out in the Pro Series are probably, some of the bigger ones to stand out. They're definitely showing them their skills off and to the fullest. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Go ahead.
Outside of that, just wanted to get a intro, get to meet some of the owners, say hi, and then we can kind of get, we're going to get back into overview of the first half and let you guys get back to practicing and playing. So
You're not even going to harass me about this first half?
Not just yet. I'll save that for our Twitch chat.
Positivity. All right.
Here,
well,
positivity.
At least, so we have the wind to our back for second half, so I expect we'll do a lot better. And we all missed a lot of shots because the sun was in our eyes. So look for a much better second half.
Gotcha. Yeah, nap time's kind of running the board, isn't he?
We're going to put him to sleep this half.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Motherboard, I heard you're quite the stunner, actually.
You heard what?
I heard you're quite the stunner.
Yeah, they haven't let me off the leash yet, so now I'm mad. Let's go.
You hear that? You hear that? Just saying, let's go. So this is gonna be an exciting second half.
Let's go.
Got some competition brewing. Awesome. Well, thank you. Look forward to commentating and seeing the second half. You gotta bring it, man. Don't want to see you guys lose.
Me neither. Thanks.
Yeah,
thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's go back to all three of us. Hello and welcome. Hey, welcome back.
What's up?
All
right. So first half, first quarter, very competitive. Second quarter, competitive for a lot of it. Started getting pulled away though. That lead was starting to kind of expand there, thanks to a lot of heroics from that man Nap Time we talked about. 17 of the 19 points, and the Wizards with 2 of them at the end as well. So they put him up by 7. Pretty solid run from Nap Time and co.
Yeah, let's take a look at that scoreboard.
It's it's just a big effort, defensively, offensively, talking about 17 points, 1 assist, 5 saves, 8 steals, 24 stuns. That's defense on top of defense on top of defense. That is a defense sandwich, and that's a sandwich that I want no part of whatsoever. But I will take an Irish Stout. Now, that said, over for the west side, again, the best side, the best coast, as we discussed earlier on. I'm perfectly willing to show my bias here. Okay, I'm perfectly willing to just bias it out because that's it's All-Star week, it's All-Star game day. I can just be me, and me says I want West to win here.
Let's do it, Powder. I'm wearing the Echo Club Kansas City shirts. That should tell you where I fall into all of this as well. Definitely got some bias over on West Side.
Good. Let the bias flow through you. And chat looks much the same, I think. I barely saw anyone talking about East. Barely anyone.
There you go. We got defocused.
Well, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinions, even the wrong ones. But yeah, so aside of the standouts and Nap Time, of course, on the opposite side, Irish Stout, who we just interviewed, with 9 points on there, 27 stuns and 3 saves. Timber also with 3 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 15 stuns. That's a pretty hefty and complete stat line for Timber, who was really very present when it came to being in the right place for that disc, and had a couple of nice passes that I was impressed with. So it was pretty fun to watch him play there.
You're definitely seeing a lot of great teamwork coming from Timber and Irish Stout, as opposed to on the blue side where Nap Time just kind of taking the lead, right?
Yeah. You like to see that even distribution. Brutus was in there with a couple of assists as well and some stuns. Fun to see. Nails, I'm still waiting for that dunk. He's been doing the NBA Jam thing on these casts over the week, so I'm really wanting to give him a jam kind of moment here at some point, as Timber does try to drive and make some points, but right into the wickets of a few different defenders. But guess who's there to stun? It's Irish. Right past Brutus's arms as Nap Time slaps it out, and we'll sail into the mid lane. Irish Stout Be contesting some more as well. The Nails there, Brutus, everyone kind of forming in that tunnel and just looking for the boost into the recovery. Tightly woven pass perhaps towards Timber, but Timber was actually stunned out, so sails over the head. Now collected by Motherboard. Motherboard into the trap. That's why they call it a trap, right, Dimway? Because it's trapped. Yeah. Also, KFC jokes, obligatory. Because you're not here, and he's not here either, but I'm still going to make it. See who can get Kentucky fried with this next shot, though, is the question, because we're still at a stalemate a few minutes in.
Yeah, we're definitely missing Dimway here today. But let me go ahead and take a second and just join in on this. I'm really seeing a lot of assists right now coming from like the orange team, definitely just destroying and trying to get in farther and farther. What would you think?
Yeah, I mean, assists. We got 4 assists combined from the West Coast team here of owners so far. 2 for Timber, 2 for Brutus, and they were some nice ones as well. Those passes, a couple of them were Timber right to the nest, well communicated passes, obviously, and you love to see that coming in from these owners. It's very reminiscent of what you're going to see at the highest level from the players on their NEPA teams, where communication is always key. Team play is key. That is the biggest separator when it comes to say in VRML between Diamond and Master, or in the Pro Series AAA to the Pro teams. The biggest difference oftentimes is not mechanics. It's actually just the team play. It's the little things. It's the communication. It's the game sense. And nap time. Oh, no nonsense.
Oh.
Irish out the save, but nap time with a take back. And it will go up to 21 points now for the East Coast.
I just want to talk about what just happened there. Naptime literally walked it all the way in, juked out 3 players, and then still managed to walk it in, got it taken, then take it right back for a shot. That was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Got the nice save, but it's always a bit of a momentum killer when a goalkeeper gets a great nab at it like Irish did, only to have it still result in a goal a second or less later. You see it happen a lot, though, because offensive players, they're just that skilled these days, and they're going to put a hurtin' on you with those grab backs on the disc.
It looks like Timber's trying to, get his inner nap time in, but he did get stuffed out. Moving on to
Cha.
Irish that. It was
shot.
so cool.
Yeah, Cha going off the dome or the hand. Either way, off the backboard. Nice shot from Irish coming out. And exactly what they need maybe to restart some momentum here. So, with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter still yet, it's single-digit game, which means it's anyone's game. Also tune in soon and you'll see game in the All-Star game after this one as well, going right from one to the other. So you got a lot of excitement still yet ahead. And meanwhile, in this owners match, is trying to bring it ever closer, chipping away at the lead is this Timber team. I guess wood chipping away, if you would. Nonetheless, though, at the bottom of the trench, grabbed by Naptime. Naptime checking right behind to Timber and throwing it right to Nails. Great interception in the right place and a frisbee-style sling. Shout out to Paranym there. A good pair of eyes to find Irish on the other side.
Did Nails learn that from you, Palador?
Hey,
That was
maybe.
That was a nice interception right there.
Yeah, right at home in the midfield, and positioning always important, certainly for any team in the competitive scene. Have to have that floor spread out and gives you the best possible chance to find the passes as well as the recoveries.
Oh, man.
People calling out the Callan shot or QL shot. I'd say 50-50. Kind of, both are known for it, but I'd say Callan is a very specific backboard shot, right? That bottom, normally it's off bottom square, right? On the triangle on the backboard. QL is kind of more of I'll hit every spot on the backboard kind of guy. But that said, nap time with the disc here and the fling. And that's going to end up here in the tunnel for another recovery by nap time.
Definitely. Naptime's walking it all the way in, and does he make the shot? Ooh. That was really close, wasn't it, Palador?
Most of that time shots have been. If not a direct hit, just a very near miss.
He got another shot at it, and he made it in this time. That was incredible. Nice little 2-point right there.
Yeah, 23-14 and 2:36 off on the clock here in this quarter. So nap time doing his best to undo what I was saying at halftime. West Coast still playing from a point of being behind here. An Irish Stout on the Joust. Looking to change that with a nice pass to Timber at midfield. The Timber walking up the floor. A 2-on-2 in the goal. Make it 3-on-2 perhaps, although the disc is lost, so it will be taken back. Nap Time slinging it sideways. Where no one's there to recover in the bubble, so it's just going to be a matter of the boosts, the stacks, and indeed it is Irish there first with about a second or two to spare, but got taken off guard by Nap Time. And if I know anything based on recent history, this is dangerous territory. Nap Time putting it to bed.
Dyson definitely taking control of the field wherever he's at, whenever he's grabbing that disc. I don't know. What do you think that maybe the orange team can do to slow him down?
Well, taking care of the disc, first of all, like in those situations, that last turnover, a little bit unforced, right? Where talking about the communication, I believe it's Irish, just taken off guard, did not see that boost coming from Nap Time. On the other side, well, saw that shot coming. It's Cha with the jaws and gets the defeat. Actually gives the defeat, I should say, to the offensive player. And Timber has not been an easy one to stop. So Timber going to try it again, though, see if he can maybe save the day again. Cannot. So Cha the defense once, but Timber the persistence.
I was kind of expecting to see him kind of hit some jukes on him. I thought that would have been a little funny.
I think at this point, they're just trying to take all the points they can get. Jukes or otherwise. Any points are good points, because that is the points, is to get it back within single digits, which they have. And
only a
that
9
still
point
puts them in
lead.
great position.
It's only a 9-point lead. Super easy to catch up, correct, Palador? It can be anyone's game right now still.
Math checks out. Math checks out. Nap checks out. And Wiz tries to check in, but that just sails out as it's recovered there by Motherboard. Motherboard trying to brawl with Timber, showing those fists of fury. Now off into the other side of the floor, out of reach of the bubble. Nap Time will recover. Brutus not far behind. Nails as well, but Nap Time just underneath. Nap Time on that shots, and Nap Time is continuing to burn white. Hot. 25 points. That's a quarter century here on the point total for Nap Time alone.
How many points did you say?
25. The quarter century mark, quarter of a dollar, whatever the case. More than a quarter. Nap Time's a nap dime. That's the end of the quarter here as we see and hear a word from our sponsors.
Friday nights at 9:30 Central, be sure to check out Late Night VR right here on Twitch, with fun games and exclusive interviews. We never know who all will show up on Late Night VR, so join us at 9:30 Central right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV at 9:30 Central. And who would you know, but we have Ivan Thrive himself with us right now as we get back into the final quarter of our owners match. Let's go. Welcome back,
You want to
guys.
take a quick second to let you guys know we're going to have all of our endings, Zamasu and Jack British, on Late Night VR this Friday. Tune in.
Yeah, tune in. Always guaranteed a fun and entertaining time there on late nights as we continue this late night here on NEPA TV here in the Pro Series. This is the owners match, so owners versus owners, West versus East, and so far, well, so good for the East, as they will have a 11-point lead. And I kind of like what, let's see, what was it in there? Splice Knight was saying in the chat, you know, recognizing the fact that, yeah, we got one player in there on the East team, Nap Time, who's just absolutely killing it. So what Splice suggested is maybe putting someone on the feet. And I can't disagree. You know, get one of these players on West, get him on the feet of Nap Time, just keep him knocked out the entire time. Keep him distracted, change his stress, 'cause otherwise, how about that? Nap Time! 30 points now on the board for East, 28 of them to Nap Time. And that is a 26-meter shot with precision.
That is incredible. It's a 14-point lead right there, and it feels like Naptime channeling his inner game right now. Am I correct?
Yeah, I was gonna say by the end of this match, we might have some scoring records from nap time here in NEPA Pro Series. That is an incredible shot. Following that up now with maybe a rebound. It's going to be Brutus on the approach, but stolen by Nab Time. Gets the nab, gets the grab, and off into the sunset. Trying to put this Western team into the sunset in the next 6.5 minutes if they can't make a scoring run soon.
This is what we need to see after this, right? Whoever's the MVP of the finals, they have to go in a 1v1 versus Naptime.
Pretty much, pretty much. I think, you know, if anyone needs a sub in the All-Star game coming up, maybe Nap Time would be available. But that said, Nap Time, again, getting a clear here, getting some light boost perhaps off of a Nails, but no, Nails getting a stun, so this enables, meanwhile, Timber and Irish to recover as they link up together in a try to boost. But look, Naptime doing a good job to break up Irish and Timber's stacks. So Naptime is just really well aware of exactly what he needs to do, breaking up the most effective pair there on the West team.
Yeah, it definitely did look like Irish Down Timber were trying to run a stack until Naptime showed up and said, go to sleep.
Yeah, putting them to sleep like CM Punk, but trying to punk out this team just as well. Off into Naptime's arms. Now Naptime a deep fling, but it ends up more of a pass. An interception to Irish that was in the right place, right time. Now Naptime has been the wrong time for them because just over and over ringing those alarms is a deep, deep shot. Again, that was a nicely placed one, just the barrier getting in the way, but it was pretty straight of a shot.
I really thought that was going to go in. I'm not going to lie to you right there.
Well, this one might. Oh, Naptime going for the headbutt. And if that was the case, he might have taken over an all-star spot in the next match because that would have been a highlight and a half. Might have been on teammates with Zach W. But that said, real sail pass. I admire the effort. I admire the attempted highlight play there.
It feels like Naptime has been studying some of these pro matches with some of the moves he's been playing.
Yeah, he's been crazy for sure. Crazy good. Crazy great. Right up top, though, guess who? It's going to be Naptime there first. Naptime with the drive, and Naptime with a dish. Tissue soft, pillow soft, I guess, but he is cold like the other side of that pillow. 33-16.
After this match, I have a huge feeling he's just going to go around handing a whole bunch of NyQuil to his opponent, just saying, hey, go to sleep. Nap time, baby.
All day. I mean, right now he's energized. So counter to his name, he is just putting on a absolute show for his team, and you know, his teammates, to their credit, enabling them. Everyone on the Eastern squad with at least one assist. 3 out of the 4 of them have saves. They all have steals. Nails though does get the goal.
I was gonna say you're the owner of your team just hit a goal. That was a nice shot.
Well, it wasn't a dunk, so I can't boom shakalaka, can I?
No, we were close. We were so close to it.
But nonetheless, put back up the scoreboard for them, 33-18, and will be taken here by Motherboard. And Motherboard sending it off to the side. Will bounce low, bounce wide into the arms of guess who? Naptime, and gets the stun, but not before the goal gets scored.
I think the strategy here is just feed Naptime at this point. Blue has it down right. They know what's going on.
Yeah, just like Stacy's mom. Definitely got it going on here. That's a very old reference. I feel like I just made a Dimwee level reference right there. Clip that, ship that, all that stuff. Naptime here with a recovery from the bottom of the mid zone. Oh no, that again, that went in. It's another one of those go home shots. The submarine, I guess, but doesn't quite hit. Now, a Super Stab with a Tier 1 sub there. Thank you for that. Gets the gifted Tier 1 to Rox Titan of Echo Arena, much Echo Arena fame. That's what I meant to say.
Oh.
Across every league, DRML, Pizza, ESL, or otherwise, Rox is the man. That said, it's Nails with a good grab and a clear, but Naptime is still in the right place. Just been the case the entire way. That shot, another glancing blow. That's the thing about all of Naptime shots before. All the ones that have missed have still been within inches. Nothing has been ugly looking. Irish Stout there. Good move on Motherboard to actually get some separation, but look who swings in with a steal. It's Nap.
Gotta keep them separated.
And
Right?
Nap, something right out of Napster, I guess, putting some music into the ears of the viewers as Brutus gets the clears for the viewers. Right to midfield. Now Nap Time bouncing it into the left side. That's going to bounce a few different times right into the bubble and taken by a good stack. Nap Time there with Motherboard. Motherboard trying to maybe give Nap Time an assist instead, but that just sails out of the hands, unfortunately. Loses the handles on it, and it will be just all kinds of quick grabs happening there after the brawl just to find the disc once again. You can see not wasting any time. And Super Staff calling out friendly fire. Maybe a little bit, but luckily for them, they still have another attempt at this. So Nap Time driving in, but a good steal coming in from Timber. And Timber's definitely been very hands-on deck when it comes to the midfield play and some of these steals and recoveries. And there you go. As I say that, right on cue, it's Timber for 3. But Timber the ding, Timber the rebound, another attempt. Oh my goodness gracious, it's Timber, F15, striking with some air force.
I couldn't help but just jump at that right now. I was like, oh wait, I'm on a mic. Let me lower this volume of myself. Because that was an incredible shot right there.
It's
Great
another pocket from Timber. Had a really nice 3 earlier on, so that is a pair of really great hits coming in from that man right there. So as it does bounce into the recovery from Nap Time, he's going to gently, oh so gently lay it in. Feeling the impending sleep about to unfold, for he has just earned a victory for the Eastern squad at the end of quarter 4. No more time on the clock, 37 points, 35 of them to Nap Time, and East Coast, I suppose Beast Coast, will claim victory over the owners of the West.
That was quite an incredible game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, with that...
Yeah, what a game.
With that, it's our game.
We can take a look at those stats. Let's talk about it.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, stats on the scoreboard here. I mean, suffice to say, Nap Time. MVP. Can't be argued. MVP. 35 of 37 points. I mean, if you want to argue it, I'm...
No,
it's really not, but go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
We're talking about 35 points, 1 assist, 8 saves, 12 stuns. 44 stuns, right? It's 12 steals. Nap Time could have single-handedly 1v4'd that whole squad. There's no denying that.
I mean, with a score like that, yeah.
Yeah, there are times where, you can say one way or the other, but Nap Time just absolutely demolished that, and East will win as a result. Now, Cha did have an assist, a few saves. He had a steal and 21 stuns as well. Motherboard contributing, 54 stuns? So definitely true to the brawling claims, putting a lot of stuns on the board along with the assist, save, and steal as mentioned. And the Wizzes, some nice stats as well. I mean, a couple of points in there, an assist, and 59 stuns along with the steal. So definitely the rest of the players knowing where their bread is buttered, but at the same time putting stats in all the other categories to help enable it.
Yeah, I would say despite Nap Time taking over that whole board, one thing that I do want to say that we should definitely notice, there was a great amount of teamwork on the orange side between Timber and Irish Stout. You could tell they have that experience with each other in regards to passing and just getting to the right place together.
Yeah, definitely. And then Timber, on the other side of things, Timber putting up some points on the board as well.
I was gonna say, yeah, looking at them, like, player of the game, clear, Nap Time, but spotlight player, yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, looking at the board, seeing who was able to recover, where they were, when they were, just positioning, I'll let you go, Powder.
Yeah, I was going to say Timber. I mean, the Irish, definitely a shout out to him, but this is kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, we definitely know what to expect out of Irish Stout because he's been around the block in Echo Arena. He's been there, done that. I mean, 9 points, 1 assist, 5 saves, 67 stuns. Irish did fantastic, and I would expect no less. Timber, a player that I have casted at least once or twice before in VRML, but just not as often. And it's been quite a long time. So it's the spotlight goes on Timber over on the opposite side because don't quite know what to expect. And then boom, stand and delivered with 8, 2, 2, and 28 across that board. Definitely a strong stat line to behold.
Yeah, I would say for Spotlight, I would definitely also give it to Timber because that was nuts. Definitely had the most like I want to stand up and cheer moments for sure.
And which
Yeah, absolutely.
actually we have a little interview with Timber, so we get to pick his brain and see how he did, see what he prepped to be like the Spotlight player. Like, what'd you do, man? You just kind of went here, blown our minds, and did a great job. So let me see if I can get him on here.
All right, well, while we await Timber, I'll also take the opportunity just to shout out again the fact that we do have our All-Star game coming up here amongst the Pro Series players. So for you guys all on Twitch tuning in to the entertainment tonight, that was our owners match, played to completion, and we'll be Eastern winning it. Eastern side, but yeah, your All-Star game with your Pro Series players that you've been watching play at the high level for the last couple of months. It all comes to a head here, and the match following our interview and close down of this first one.
If I'm allowed to say, I do want to tell the Twitch chat, if those of you have Instagram, I want you to show me some nap time memes. I want to see you memeing how great he did, and I want to be added on it. And let's check them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Nap time, a hero to the people.
Yeah.
Force me to admit that, you know, East, this time you guys were better. That said, though.
Looks like there's some chat. We might have a 5v5 for our pro match. Our All-Star match. That'll be exciting. See how they position and set each other up.
Yeah. Yeah, if that ends up happening, that'll be cool for sure. Splice line in there saying Timber hit some fantastic long shots. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, both of his long shots, as I do recall, bottom pocket, then left pocket. And speaking of,
oh, we got nails.
Well, not
here.
Timber, but we do have nails here.
Hello.
So maybe
he might be joining us for our second little bit. It's all good. He's gonna be joining us for the Pro Series match or the All-Star match.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's probably what's here.
Yep.
Yeah, the Wiz is in there saying GG West Coast in the Twitch chat. Super Stab appreciating Artie, aka Irish, as well as Chocolate, calling out the 6 minutes of possession time for nap time there. Yeah, what can you say? Active hands.
Oh, Oliver did just point out that nap time had the disc for almost a full quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah.
And Oliver ending. Shout out Oliver. Also shout out Oliver's TikTok. I know that's been blowing up recently with Echo videos, Echo themed videos, tutorials, and whatnot. So that's
He's currently at 20K.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really, really exploded there. I think with the Christmas bursts of Echo players and VR players in general. So it's always cool to see, you know, people getting rewarded for their consistency there, because I know he's been doing it for many months, and far before the recent explosion was still all consistent with it and making some great videos and content and streaming all the time. So it's awesome to see that resulting in the blow up on TikTok. So go follow Oliver if you haven't already.
Also want to add to that, make sure you check out Late Night VR because he is our guest on the show. So if you want to find out more about what he's been doing on TikTok, great place to come hear him out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so do we have any updates there on... well, it looks like we do have Timber in one of our other VCs, so to focus. Maybe you want to drag him in or drag you out, and we'll get
Just got him. Cool.
There we go.
Hello, Timber. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see, we got you in-game, actually.
What's that?
Looking at you in-game as well.
Okay.
Switch that over. Get a little half and half. Hey, look at that. So, yeah, I don't know if you heard, but you're our Spotlight player. That was a great performance you put on.
Well, I'm not so sure that was worth a spotlight, that's for sure.
You definitely had something to prove tonight, so it was worth something. Nice. What'd you do to prepare for tonight? Been playing for a little bit?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I was saying, what'd you do to prepare for tonight?
Well, Eric and I, Irish, we decided to have a beer and talk about how we were going to take care of nap time, and it obviously was not effective. But we did put a game plan together, and it just didn't work out for us.
Mm-hmm. What was that? What kind of gameplay were you trying to bring into tonight?
So for him and I, it was for us to stack and to do anything we could do to get nap time to just not dominate. But we lost track of him, and he did a good job of getting the other owners to be stunning everybody. I think Wiz and all those guys had over 40 stuns, so they broke us up pretty good. So it's pretty good.
Nice. And then yeah, being an owner, how was this different than like the normal duties of being an owner?
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, did you learn anything from your team, from the Laser Sharks?
Well, I do watch what they do, and I learned that I am certainly I'm better off paying than I am getting paid, so there's no chance that's ever going to happen. Those guys are obviously very good. Playing with the owners, though, it's a lot of fun, right? So, we're trying to make something good for the community and, obviously good for us as well. And, it's nice for something like this to just, take an hour out and take the pressure off and just, go out and play. And that's the way Echo Arena is, which is very cool.
Have fun like it's meant to be,
Exactly.
I like it. Well, yeah. So for some of our viewers, you've been on the NEPA TV or VRSN before and been on here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what got you into running and putting NEPA together.
For sure. So I'm a sports enthusiast, love it. But my background is obviously, I fly jets for a living. But I started playing Echo Arena a couple of years ago. Not well, but loved it. And then started watching it and realized that this was more than just a game, that this was a sport. And it was even, more than a sport. It was a spectator sport. And we were able to put some people together and some investors and people behind the scenes that can make it happen to hopefully achieve what we think it should be, which is a mainstream sport that people are watching.
Nice. I guess we're all kind of excited to see what's coming next, Anything you want to shed a light on or anything you can tell us?
Well, for sure. So NEPA is going to be around all year. So we certainly have 2 Pro Series. We do know that we're going to expand. There's way too much talent in the AAA to keep them in AAA, so we want to move them up. The LAN event, I think, is going to be one of those epic things that, for the first time, the public actually gets to see how awesome this game is and what NEPA can bring to the table. So we've got some exciting stuff. So between the LAN event for the charity, which is something we support, obviously, we're also doing some things with the EU that I think is going to be really cool. And then Pro Series 2 is coming up. So we'll have our draft coming up this summer, and it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, me along with a lot of the AAA players, we're all a bit excited for that one. See who's going to become the next pro, see what happens, see how the game develops, see how the Pro Series develops. We're all pretty excited. So, yeah, as far as this game goes, losing, how does that feel? I mean, it's more fun than anything, but tried your hardest.
Well, so losing's never fun. But I will say that we had it up until halftime, and then I don't know what happened, but we'll have to go back and look at the tapes and see. But I mean, I've got the Florida Laser Sharks. They went deep. They went into the playoffs and played well, lost by 2. So I know what winning is like, and I'm happy with that. So
nice. A lot of things to take away from it. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything you want to leave with our viewers before we get headed on to our All-Star match?
No, I will say this, that these All-Stars, these guys, they represent, they're a percentage of some very top caliber players. So we have 60 players that are absolutely dominant. And so this is one of each team, and everybody could have been an all-star. But I will tell you that we are going to continue to support the community, and we hope that this continues to grow the way it's growing. And watching these guys tonight is going to be kind of cool. And the championship is going to be even probably one of the best championships we've seen. So
I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. So I hope everybody else tunes in too.
right.
Well, awesome. Yeah, nice to have you on and sit and chat with you. We can always chat afterwards as well. But yeah, we're gonna be getting on to our next game. So enjoy the rest of your night. Sit back, watch the rest of the stream.
Absolutely will do. And thank you guys, and awesome work. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Bringing it back. Hello, guys. Oh, Ivan, we lost you.
Well, at least you'll always have me.
I will always have you. Yes, I love it. Which is plenty. He might have gotten enough, so we may be switching over to Nails. But with that being said, let's go ahead and we're going to take a tiny little break to swap some things up, get the server running, then we'll be right back. So stay where you're at. Don't go anywhere. No more commercials until the next game starts, promise. And then, yeah, we'll be right back. Okay.
Welcome, NEPA fans and Echo units. This is your Pro Series 1 All-Star match. Super excited for much better gameplay than you saw in the previous match. I mostly blame that on Nails, but I was there too. I think the 10 players we have lined up for you might be slightly better, at least than everybody but nap time. I'm going to be joined by Palador and Nails for this call. Palador, Nails, welcome. All-Star match. NEPA Pro Series, already the best of the best. Now we're looking at, I don't know, the favorites of the best, amongst the best of the best. The fans voted. The players are here. We've got East versus West. It should be a great, great matchup. Palador, welcome. What do you expect to see?
Yeah, thanks. Welcome back into the host and analyst booth to Brutus and Nails. After that game.
Both of us much more comfortable here. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm so sweaty.
Wait, that means you've done it right, as far as I'm concerned. So, but yeah,
you're the only person who might say that Nails and I did anything right in that match. But thank you.
Look,
I'd like to apologize to
steals.
I'd like to apologize to the entire Denver Raptors team for letting you down and embarrassing you in a public forum.
Nails, you could do no such thing ever. You know what? Look, right now we're dominating this cast, so we get to control the narrative. And the narrative says, I'll see you guys on Saturday for I am in.
I like it.
Yeah.
Truth data right here. Dude. So for tonight, sorry, Pally, cut you off, man. What do you think about tonight's lineup? We got the best of the best of the best of the best of the best
of the West. Yeah. So Steel, Sky, Zach W, Jay Walker, Loveridge, Ryan, Oculasator, all on the first team here for the West side of things. Look like we have.
There we go.
Yeah, all those players in the right place, on the right space. Obviously, we've got a lot of championship caliber talent on this team. We've got some new blood, a lot of old blood there. But all you gotta say, I mean, Steel Sky from the Burners had caused some upsets there towards the end of the season on some playoff searching teams. Zach W, a guy I'm somewhat familiar with as of recent months. The master of it all, the innovator himself on offense, Jay Walker. The midfield menace, of course, can do everything across the entire field. So the entire field menace. Loveridge, one of the smartest players of Echo Arena's history. Obviously, Ryan, the reliable one, as Dimwee calls him. And another player who can hit it from every angle, all the shots, just is able to, do a little bit of everything on offense. And Oculasator, I mean, the master juker, shooter, and maneuverer. Extraordinaire.
Yeah, and then coming over, it's like super excited to see the West Side. So just so everybody's clear, so we have 6 players on each team. So the players will swap out there so that everybody gets in the arena. So you will see all your favorite players playing tonight. But obviously over there on the East, we got Swag, the long distance bomber, Mozzie as well, super quick. And anytime you leave an open avenue for him, he's going to take it cruising. Coming in from the freeze as well, super dangerous. If you don't put the stop on him, if he gets close, he can do some serious damage. And then Kung as well. Kung coming in, looking to coming off of the original VRML circuit, which obviously is getting ready to start again here as well soon. But Kung coming in, obviously with a lot of history, a lot of gameplay, and a danger in his own right. Strim doing Strim things. Every time Strim gets the disc, you see him running around the arena. He seems to be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time, unless he's scoring on you, in which case he was the last person with the disc, and more than likely he's the one putting points on the board against you. And then obviously Game, arguably, unarguably, depending on who you talk to, the best player in the game, coming in from the Cyclones as well, guaranteed to put on a show tonight from the East side. And East Coast won the owners match, but I think West Coast is going to take it tonight just to even everything back out, just because we can't have the East run it for the entire night. Is Dimwee around me? He's not here, right? Yeah. West Coast, I think, is going to take it.
Yeah, this is our narrative to control, man. Like I
said, we have it tonight. So quite the lineup. Obviously, coming out of the East, you got a very, very strong crew. It'll be very interesting tonight to see kind of. You have all the all-star players coming in, and traditionally when you have your team set up right, you've got your whoever is your heavy hitter for the team, right? And then you obviously have the team support throughout. Everybody can score, right? But when things get rough, there's one person you really get it to kind of make the magic happen. And it'll be interesting to see kind of how all these all-star players are all on one team, how they've kind of divvied up those roles and where they're going to play.
And we are going to play. Well, they are going to play, and we're going to cast it as it's starting off right now in the first quarter of our All-Star game here of the first Pro Series in NEPA. It's Ryan, not even trying. He just does. Ryan, the first 2 points.
Nice. And the West Coast coming out early. Oh, reliable Ryan. Coming in for a quick 2 there. You see him moving pretty quick, getting down there to put some points on the board. The big thing for tonight is just going to be able to see which I think all these players have played together at some point, or obviously played against each other, but have played together at some point. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how that chemistry matches up between these two sides of the disc.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of intermingled rosters here who've played in some shape or form throughout competitive seasons of Echo for the last several years. By no mistake, it's by complete design, by complete effort and dedication these players find themselves here, and they've been around the block. You know it. Zach has been around that block to get the clear, but they are right there on the stack recovery. Right there, though, with a stun recovery. There's Zach, captaining not only my team, but captaining that ship at the moment with a nice shipped goal.
And Zach coming down with a nice stun there behind the goal to break up that defensive play, and finds the empty goal, able to put one in. And that, my friends, is why Zach the W, making it happen.
Absolutely. Again, and no matter what, you've got rosters full of players who every single one of them can do a bit or a bit of every single thing when it comes to Echo Arena, and that's why they're all-stars.
Yeah, and I expect to see, obviously, a very close game between these two. East looking to get on the board, the nice clear out there, as you see the defensive stacks coming back, and then that speed between your Swag Wars and your Cruisin', and obviously Strim. That speed's going to be something that the West is really going to have to contend with tonight.
Now Ryan missing a shot there, but Jaywalker on the cleanup. Jaywalker, though, getting the clock cleaned by the stun. I believe it was Strem there is undoing a lot of that, but it will be the recovery from Zach. Zach trying for that back pass, and oh, that was a bold one. What a nice grab from Ryan. What a mid-air grab on what was a shot attempt. Could have been a good one. Nonetheless, Swag War recovers, sends it back to the ever-reliable Cruisin' on the deep line. Now a bouncer, a little bit less reliable on the read, but it will be sent into the trap still yet, and scoreless are the Eastern squad, and West trying for maybe another shot attempt here, just unsuccessfully so at the moment.
Yeah, and the West coming in already with a lot of stuns, looking to try and just break up that east side gameplay. Oh, the nice put there by Mozzie, not quite able to get in. Some nice goalie work there. I didn't see who grabbed that.
Zach, I believe.
Nice. And the West is just doing a good job so far of just kind of breaking up that speed and teamwork play coming out of the East.
And you can see, again, what I was talking about, everyone can do a bit of everything. Zach, not a player who finds himself directly in the goal often, and yet first attempt at a save, and it was successful at that. Now a clear, less successful because it's intercepted right back. Mozzie has that disc on the right tunnel, sending it left lane to Strem. Strem, always an assister for sure. Oh, brother, there's Kung, and delivers another. There's the first couple of points. Strem on the assist, and that will break the ice for the East side.
And East coming on the board there. Some nice play. You saw him kind of slow it down a little bit. Some good passes coming out of the midfield there over to Strim. Strim found Kung. Kung did some nice dancing down there. Loeb underneath the goal. Worked his way in. And as he's getting stunned out there, completes the play there for another 2 points.
Beautiful moves as Game points out there in the Twitch chat. And that's a shot. It's also
nice.
A snap of a finger like a wizard. Just cannot deny the shot ability of these players. Just when you think you have time to speak, they're making a bounce from somewhere on the floor, and that is classic from Kung. It's classic from pretty much all the Ignite players over the years. Well before they won championships, they were already good at those angles. You gotta keep an eye out on that because they're gonna hurt you with them.
Oh yeah, and the West side gets a little bottled up there coming out of the tubes, able to recover, get it over to the blue side of the arena, but quickly picked up by Cruz and sent right back to Swag.
And Swag with a good pass and another pass right down below. All the moves in the books, and we'll go through steal on that. But a nice hit from Strem. He's right on, basically 4 goalies all crunched up there. Strem does that to you.
Classic Strembitsky. Yeah, coming 1v4. I don't know how he got through that, but nice work continuing to fight, stunning out everybody he can, and then bringing it in for a quick dump for the goal.
You know what's always entertaining about those nails? Hold on, maybe a shot attempt. Here goes right to the save. Cruising, of course, ever reliable, as I said. But how I know you and me like the basketball comparisons, and well, in basketball you have ankle breakers, so you're crossing someone over, you're using those actual crossover, the acceleration, things like that to juke an opponent. In Echo, it's almost different. You break and you juke, and you break and you take, and Kung taking those 2 points to put them up 5. That's kind of an interesting fact that sometimes you can juke opponents in Echo by not moving at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even think about using the break at all during the coach's game, and yeah, but it's super useful. Especially if somebody's trailing you, you got a leech who's getting ready to grab onto you. It allows you to kind of Strem, be unpredictable like Strembitsky from 25 meters out, sending the heater in off of breaking up that play coming right out of the tubes there.
So like I said, you can barely start to analyze and break down one play before a few seconds later you got something unexpected happening, like a quick turnover, 5-second goal off that last joust. So Kung on this next joust, they find themselves after going 0-4 to start things off. They are just eating it up here, and they are heating it up. Another shot going through. This time it's Swagwar bringing it in from the bottoms, and bottoms up. They're up by 10 all of a sudden, Nails.
And going in by 10, the West came out early. I thought they kind of found their rhythm early, but the East finally able to kind of break up that play, get away from a lot of those stuns that the West was bringing to kind of break up their cohesion. Let's see if they can get back to that and start putting some points back on the board.
Yeah, and that is correct. In the Twitch chat, there are 5 people on both sides here. The teams opted for a 5v5 and this all-star match. Of course, just kind of an exhibition of sorts, as on a mission at Steel Sky, but gets wiped out by Strem. And down it goes to the left side, and then bouncing right towards the right, where Cruisin overtakes again. And unfortunately, the West just has not been able to find all too much control. Although they do have the disc for a moment, they just lose it again to Swagwar.
Yeah, and that coming right in, Cruisin off a nice hit from Mozzie. Found him coming up from the floor. Nice work there, and a good look by Mozzie as the defense flooded back inside the bubble. And to your point, like 5v5, I mean, that's going to change the dynamics of where everybody's at in the arena, what everybody's position and role is in the arena. Obviously, it's a bit crowded in there. It gives you a little bit more options, but there's just one more person you got to look out for, right? That you're probably not used to accounting for.
All right. It in theory, on one hand, it could give you more options on passing and such, but on the other hand, it can take away some options in terms of how maneuverable you are inside that goal. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there with 5v5 and a different dynamic. But that said, Eastern team has been quite dynamic because they got a 16-4 lead as we end the round and head to a quick word from our sponsors.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
This Saturday, January 22nd, brings the NEPA Pro Series to a close. The best of each conference meet in the arena to battle it out for the exclusive NEPA Pro Series Championship. Will the Orlando Cyclones take home the win? Not if Echo Club Kansas City has anything to say about it. You can only catch those right here on NEPA TV. For more information on the teams, follow NEPA TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. Going to be a great match. You do not want to miss out. We've got another great match going on for you right here. Powder and Nails are on the call. We're going to get started with the second quarter. Back to you guys.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you,
Brutus.
Brutus. And we're back into the second quarter now, Nails, and well, everyone getting in on some of the fun here, of course. And you would expect it. 3 out of the 4 players scoring over on the eastern side, led so far by Kung with 7 points, who known as a goalie, and Ryan known as a shooter. They can do a little bit of it all.
Yeah.
And that is another shot falling there, and a good way to start this quarter.
Yeah, and Ryan coming right back in with a nice long distance 3, and the West coming out strong again, just like they did in the first quarter. Let's see if they can hold on to that momentum and try to close this gap here of 9 points and bring us back to an even game.
So Mozzie with a disc at the bottom of the floor has leverage, and Ryan stacking on the defense. Their stack had a chance to recover there, but unfortunately we're not able to. So it will be a push up the floor, turning into maybe, good passing attempt at the very least. But the angles are tight, as you can see, that quick juke. And what a move to find their way through that defense. It was quick, but it needed to be quick and decisive. And because of that, they've got a score.
And Mozzie with a nice look there, saw a very narrow avenue there to the goal. Took a quick look around and made a quick decision there and decided to take the shot, crowded inside the bubble, and paid off. Nice accuracy there under pressure out of Mozzie.
Yeah, Mozzie, one of those, just the best players moves just like that, maneuvering around the goal. And now, a great grab from Zach. What a steal. How about that? Puts him up to 9 points.
Zach coming in from the ceiling. That was a great read. High risk, high reward. If he had missed that, he would have been almost completely out of that play because that defender, I forgot who that was, moving out in a hurry outside the bubble, and a nice grab by Zach there to pick it up and capitalize on that.
Yeah, just trying, I think, for this team on West to find their chemistry, and Swag with the chemistry. It's magic. It's a mix. It's 21 points on the board for them. Oh boy, it's a runaway because now every one of these players on East have points.
Yeah, and that's where, you're looking at the stats where it starts getting dangerous. Everybody's putting points on the board. Who do you concentrate on trying to stop and put all your effort behind? But when everybody on that team is a danger, you've really got to divide your forces and do the best you can. And the West is going to have to compensate for that. We'll see if they can do that by putting some points on the board and slowing them down.
Yeah, definitely like to see other players here on West getting involved on the offense. So far, it's 5 for Ryan. Zach with 4, and another score. There it is, but it's Ryan again. So puts him up now into the double-digit territory. 11 points on the board. But yeah, I think just being able to find some other, some more disc movement essentially, and be able to find their way in with some easy goals. Now with 5v5, easier said than done, Grant.
Yes, definitely. And you got 5 players in. And everybody's kind of moving around. You don't know where anybody's at. We're trying to keep track of everyone, trying to take those opportunities for those long distance 3s to kind of close the gap. But when you've got hot shooters on both teams, it's really about just finding who's open at the moment. And with 5 players, it's a little bit more difficult than it sounds.
It definitely is. And that's why these players are pros, because the pros make it look easy. Oftentimes, but at the end of the day, once you're in the game, you know how hard it is to play at the highest level of Echo Arena with all the subtle things that make the biggest differences. As Stram trying to split the differences and find the 2 right at the bottom of the goal.
And I promise you, it is not easy. And then just little things like that pass to Strim. Who was that whizzed by there on the defense, just out of reach. You reach up to grab those, and it goes right by, just a couple inches too far. And you go from basically trying to get an interception to start trying to break up a play with a stun. And it's just hard to make that transition. Oh, ouch.
Goal there. Kung snagging it from Mozzie, deciding that he was going to make Mozzie give an assist, I should say. The classic, I suppose, in a sense. One of those games, and, with the rosters, you expect it to happen. Everyone got to get some of theirs, I guess.
Yeah, and the West still trying to find their momentum. Strim coming in, and we saw that a lot out of the New York Kings during the season, just breaking up those plays. They're where you do not expect them to be, and it's extremely frustrating. Right as you're sending a pass, it's on target, and somebody comes in and grabs it, especially like Strim. And now you're not only worried about losing that pass, right? You're also worried about what Strim's going to do with it once he has the disc because he's so capable.
Yeah, nice grab there by Zach, though, who's had actually a few good recoveries and steals in the midfield, just playing that back line at the moment as Loveridge tries to push it up from the front. Oh, what a great move, but the save denied by Cruzen. Cruzen back in the goal again, showing the stuff as the pass is show and go, and that was a beautiful way to get back on the scoreboard. Steal to Ryan.
A nice read there, and the West finding their way to beat up the bubble there. They got denied a couple times, didn't get distraught. With a great backline player, able to send it right back forward, right back into the bubble. And some good reads, some good passes there, and continue to work there. They finally found that open lane. Were able to put 2 on the board. They're going to need a little bit more than that. They got to close this up. Still a 12-point game.
With still a couple of minutes left in this half and more to go in the following, but exactly, the run can start now. Just all you got to do, easier than said than done, sure, but just take it one goal at a time, because quick few moves, quick couple of goals, especially if they're threes, can put a double-digit deficit and wipe it away in a hurry. We've seen it so many times where teams feel like they have some solid leads, but then a couple of scores later, oh wow, it's a close game.
Exactly. In the West, you see a little bit more brawling out of the West coming out of there, looking to try and break up just players that are, kind of are ancillary, but to use a big doc education word, but those players that you have there that aren't necessarily in the heat of the play there, but if you stun them out, slows them down, and just makes them, that much further behind the rest of the play where the disc is at, and gives your players a little bit more time to kind of turn the disc around and catch them in transition.
You can see right now, while catching the players on the offensive push, for the West team, they were trying to push that slower pace, reset with the back passes and what have you, but in this case, it ended up in a turnover, and that's kind of the punishing part, certainly, about the slower play game, which will be harder to execute in this kind of scenario, is that if you do mess up that pass in the midfield, it'll often put you at the mercy of the enemy team, because usually, as an offense, playing slowly, your players are spread out evenly on the floor, whereas the defense, they're getting their stacks together, hence you see those breakaway plays like that.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about, I would imagine, about having 5 players. Whoa, Mozzie dialed in off of swag there. Nice send, nice read out of Mozzie from 22 meters. Put another 3 on the board, taking him to a 17-point lead. West has got to get on the board here with some threes here prior to the end of the half. But the good part about having 5 players, and I think the East is really taking advantage of that, is having those stacks at the ready as soon as that offensive push gets broken up. And you see Mozzie again.
That is
Mozzie's trying to put his name out there early here at the end of the season. Coming right back, showing why he's Mozzie, but the East is doing a real good job there of having those stacks together, and then they're the first ones down. And as the West comes flooding back to flood the bubble and play defense, it's just so many players to contend with there. Can't quite stop that. And coming into the half, we'll be right back. We'll take you to a quick halftime break, and then we will be right back with more All-Star action.
Come and compete with the pros, March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. This one-of-a-kind event is hosted at Busch Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club and is in support of the Special Olympics. With 20-plus teams and counting, the NEPA Charity Cup will be filled with multiple brackets, fun side activities, and much more. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. Well, fellas, welcome back. It's the All-Star matchup. Glad you all could join us. Nails, Palador, I'm glad that you are here. We are enjoying the best of the best, playing a 5v5. Man, is it fast-paced and fun to watch. What have you seen so far?
A lot of people to keep track of. But the big things here, obviously, I think the East has really figured out that how to take advantage of that 5-man play, getting those stacks together. And having them at the ready there. So as the West comes down, looking to kind of beat up the bubble, the times that the West has really spent a lot of time in the bubble, I think they've found a way to put points on the board, and that's kind of where they're leveraging the fact that I think the East they have a couple people that aren't necessarily involved in the defense who are ready with the stack to go down and meet the disc while the goal is empty on the West side. But as long as the West can get in there, it was some good passes, accurate, continue to kind of spend some time in the bubble and make the East work to break up that offensive play, they've been coming away with points. However, if that play gets broken up pretty quickly, they are the second to really get their stacks together there, as the East has stacks at the ready, those 5-man team, and they are the first ones down to the orange side and picking up those good clears. So we'll see if the West can kind of do something, kind of break up maybe some of those chains that are ready and start stunning them out on their way in, or more importantly, just convert those runs to goals, and then you don't have to worry about it. What do you see, Pally?
Well, yeah, I think I kind of mentioned the mental games and the intelligence of some of these players as well. Being down 20 points, we talked about it a little bit during the intermission before we were live again. Just that I think in this kind of scenario, 20 points is a lot, but in this scenario with these types of rosters, that is still perfectly comebackable in a half, given the players we're dealing with here. Looking at again, Loveridge, I said one of the most knowledgeable players in the game for a very long time, always was known for the smarts and the calm communications and things like that. Jaywalker, who's again a tremendous mind at the midfield and very smart positional player. Zach, who I can personally attest, coming back into Echo Arena these last couple months, getting back into the mix. You think as a player who played, successfully years ago, and as a caster who had casted the last couple of years, all these title matches, that you'd know almost everything. And then you get on a team with Zach captaining, and he teaches you some new stuff. It's you got some brilliant minds on this squad, so see if they can just find that stability here and hopefully make some adjustments going to this half. Although the first shot has just a quick on and off light switch, while Strembitsky gets the Knights locked out, or the lights knocked out, with maybe one too many jukes there on the backboard.
Yeah, and you see the West coming out a little bit, trying to those multi-man chains. A lot of brawling coming out of them, but not quite able to stop Strem on that run as Strem finds another three-pointer from just outside the bubble. The West looking to get that clear, couldn't quite get past the neutral zone as they were trying to clear that disc out. Once they got to get over to the other side of the arena there, get past the neutral zone, and really make the East start playing defense, and they got to be a little bit more accurate with those passes and those clears. A couple times they got scrubbed by some ineffective clears there, and it's a couple passes that are biting them.
Yeah, definitely. Even on that one, unforced turnover off the joust will result in, well, not a shot. Strembitz getting knocked out twice now on what was an open opportunity, but went for one too many jukes, maybe even just an extra pass there that cost them. Although they do get the disc back, and now the Stram looking to finish it off with one more pass, but couldn't convert to Kung. So some opportunities and windows left open here for them, but yet, still another attempt that will still result in no goal.
Yeah, and the West doing some great defensive work here. Yes, get that disc cleared out of here and make them reset. Get past the neutral zone. Stop giving them those chances there to get back in. A lot of violence coming out of the West, doing some good work, some good stunning, some good goalie, and some good defense, really complicating the matters for the East.
And now off of that, whoa, the quick release from Kung off of Strem's assist. We've seen that from Jay just in recent memory, and Kung doing just the same there with a slapper of a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was their, fourth, fifth attempt there to put points on the board. At some point, they're going to get one in unless you reverse that play and turn it into an offensive play. So we'll see if the West coming out here. I'd also like to see, if you look at the stats, Jay getting stolen, intercepted there on the fly. But if you look at the East team, they've got points across the entire team. We kind of talked about this the first half. And whereas we've got 2 players on the West side that have points. They got to kind of spread that out and make the East understand that everybody on that team is a shooter. And speaking of shooting, swag from 40 meters off a nice bounce, slow bounce there into the goal off the backboard. The bank is open off a nice send from Cruzen to Swag War.
And 5 minutes in, or 3 minutes in rather, to this third quarter, we've hit that 40 piece already, 41 to be precise. That was a absolute cut into the hopes of, at least so far, this third quarter comeback. Now Loveridge being denied again, gets Cruzen with a clapback. So just, it seems like on the other side of the floor, East keeps getting so many attempts at this goal, and just getting the chance for it to go in, even if off a few missed passes or a missed shot. They've been getting it back over and over. On the flip side, the West, they get the one attempt and it's one undone. Translates into a fast break goal essentially on the other end for Swagwar, who scores yet again. So really the story here is one and dones on one end, and then the just persistence, the return effort, the rebounds over and over for this
Oh no.
end. And when it rains, it pours. Mozzie scores.
Bottled up coming out of the tubes there. And the West we got so many players there, so many high-time all-stars there on the West. I think they're trying to figure out who's doing what coming out of the tubes. We got 2 players coming out, 3 coming out kind of slow. See if they reset here. Again, not undoable. They got a lot of work here coming ahead of them. Still only the third quarter as Strem pickpockets Jay coming out of the tunnel there.
Just 13 points only on the board. The thing is, you look at these players, the roster players, I mean, any of them on most teams, they could perfectly carry an effort on the scoring end of things or on the defensive end of things. I mean, they all have the skills, but it's just a matter of finding the chemistry. As a denial there off that top corner, just trying to get it together. So they at least stave off a goal there, but the question is, can they get back and get on the disc in time? The answer, no. Another retrieval as the East continues just to dominate control and get everything they want, it seems like.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, you see Steele, hands on the face there, realizing what he's done. And that stings. I mean, that's going to do a lot for the mental game, obviously for the East side. But we see a lot of that characteristic East side play. We see, we saw that kind of very fast, aggressive 2-man chain coming out of the KC Echo Club Kansas City. But I mean, for most of your Eastern teams, that was kind of the Eastern's mantra for most of the season. Very quick, multiple man chains, very violent, and just kind of taking you off your rhythm all the time. And the West very controlled, looking to get those passes. And so they're going to have to come up with something a little bit better here. And that's not going to quite cut it. But a nice break up there, trying to get back in as Ryan tries to break that up.
Yeah, so the thing is, those passes up the floor of that last joust, they were actually gorgeous, perfectly executed. Then got to Jay Walker there near the top of the nest, and then a far out shot, which might have been even a shout out to me. I don't know. I mentioned it in the cast earlier on. Jay Walker was the first one to insult me inside the goal by shooting a 3 on me and making it. So maybe that was a little bit of a throwback, a callback, if you will. But point is, possibly not the shot that they needed at the time. They need some easy buckets here. Only 13 points on the board.
Yeah, you see him working in, and there it is. Loveridge coming in off a nice 2. And that play works. They got to use that to their advantage, right? So if you're a team, or if you're the team that, you know, is doing some good, is really about control and passing, flood the bubble, get down there, get those chains together, move down, pick up those. A lot of times they're getting those clears, and East is still beating them to the disc, you know. And then when we see or we see the West come down and make it, there's just one player rolling in. So we need to see that flooded with Western side coming to pick up those loose discs. And then when they're moving around like this, those passes, use those 5 players.
Nice.
Yeah, like that, to flood the bubble, give yourself plenty of options. On a nice pass from Jay to Ryan to dump it in from behind the goal for a quick 2.
There you go. See, easy buckets. Able to deliver right to the alley-oop. That's what you need to do. And that's following 2 steals in the tunnel area from Zach to kind of enable that. You know, try the bit of the boop shot attempt. But they got it back, and they went for the extra pass nearer to the goal, and that's what they were lacking kind of earlier on. But beautiful way to get them on the board again, as a passing play here might get them on the board again. But no, Steel Sky cannot be ignored in the goal, is able to clear that out off of the save, and now quickly on the joust. If they could end this one with another score, that'd give them a little momentum, and they do. It's from 3, Loveridge, it looks like, hitting that one from 47 deep, just as they got back into the bubble and to the goal. What a nice way to end this round, Nails.
Yeah, definitely. And coming in with 3 unanswered goals there, and from the West side, and they're starting to figure out the chemistry. That you saw 2 of the West Coast players come in and definitely beat Blue to the disc, get a nice clear there, and then a favorable bounce in for a 3 from Loveridge. Can't ask for much more than that. We'll take you to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for the last quarter of this game.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central. Be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. With fun games and exclusive interviews, we never know who will show up on Late Night VR. So join us at 9:30 p.m. Central right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV at 9:30 p.m. Central. Well, what a third quarter that was, at least for one of the teams. Let's see what's in store for the fourth quarter. Palador, Nails, back over to you.
Coming right back, and thanks for joining us. And Dimwee, I see you in the chat, dude, with East Coast, Beast Coast. It's not over yet. West Coast mounting a comeback, bro. But coming right back for the game. West Coast starting to find the rhythm at the end of the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up, close this gap. It's going to be a nail biter. They got quite a hill to climb.
Ooh, there you go. Another nice series of passing plays. But again, the shot taken from maybe too deep out. Got goalkeepers like that inside the goal. You know, a 7-meter 2 is going to be very savable a lot of the time. Just, you know, in the all-star context, got to be aware every player here is, you know, the top of the cream of the crop in Pro Series. That shot, same thing there. Ryan now with a snag.
Yeah, and I think the West Coast here is doing a really good job here of breaking up a lot of those open goal threes and easy threes that the East Coast had coming in at the first half. We'll see if it's a little bit too little, too late for them to break that up. I think both teams are kind of on a defensive play now. They're both making each other work their way inside the bubble.
Well, Zach again with yet another snare in the midfield. Has had a handful of handfuls here in the midfield, but it will go right back to the opposite squad. East looking to approach their Strem from that top shoulder, but gets actually knocked loose right into Swagwar's arms, who opts for the reset to cruise in, and they're going to space out the floor. 5v5 or otherwise, they're trying to play it a bit more tactically here and look for that nice cut up of the defense to bring them out before you pull the offense in to take the numbers. And off the backboard. Well, getting a grab on it was Ryan, but still counts for the 2.
And a nice send there from, looks like Swag. And Ryan gets his hand on it, but good save, but not quite able to get rid of it before dragging it in for an own goal. That one's going to sting a little bit as well.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you almost have that save and then it gets taken away from you, feels a little bad, especially when you're trying to mount a late game comeback. But either or, Zach, I'm saying his hands have been on point tonight. He's getting those grabs left and right, but unfortunately, it's what happens once this Western team gets in the bubble, that they're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you see, they got some good passes, but it looks like a little bit of the calm is biting them. The passes are on target, but one player is either sending it a little bit too far after, or a little bit too far forward, or one player is on the move, not quite able to make that connection there on those passes.
And right there, a save from the Stack who came flying back off a shot from Zach, I believe it was. And I think that 5v5, will result eventually in a goal, but you got to be aware, the open threes that look open are even less open than they are normally. Now, 4v4, Stacks already get back so quickly, but 5v5, that's an extra player to boost with.
Yeah, and there's one more player just floating around, and if you're not keeping track of where he's at, he's the one that bites you on those long threes.
With that, though, the short two taken to get 22 points on the board here in the fourth quarter. 49-22, that is. Another steal. Oh, Jaywalker losing the handles, but Leverage is there for a tap back, and nicely done to Zach. But Zach getting stunned by Swag, who happened to be in the right place, as that shot quite in the right place. Recovery to Zach W at the shoulder, and a pass over to Ryan.
Yeah, and that was a perfect example, kind of what we're talking about. You see Swag come in from behind the back line and stun out the offensive backline player who was getting ready to reset the play, and comes out of nowhere, stuns him, and breaks up the entire play.
And Ryan still, though, recovering, trying to make something out of this play there. It's not too much defense in the bubble, not at least set there. So had a Stack recovered for West, they might have an open shot. But alas, it will be back to Mozzie, and Mozzie up high on a perfectly placed pass with the sky-high shot. Dropping the bomb was Strembitsky. Beautifully done between that duo right there.
Yeah, it's Strem coming in with a nice send from the top. I don't know if the goalies were on the way back. Somebody was on their way back into the bubble. I think they may have got stunned out there. But again, that 5v5 play, so much chemistry and placement and positioning, and especially with the team this fast, like we're seeing out of the East, who kind of gets to that fast gameplay as their strategy. It's very difficult to work around.
And Steel Sky there trying to work way around the defender. Kung, though, causing some disruption as Strem flies with it. Sends it over to Kung, midfield. Pass missing initially, but actually perfect to Swagor. So maybe even juked me out. I thought that was going midfield for a mail slot. No, it's going to that wing up high. And Swagor is a killer from those angles, and really from many angles. They are up to 55 points.
And 33-point deficit. Now we're starting to get into, with 3 minutes left. Dimly, do the math in the chat. Tell us what's up.
Mathematical time might be a little bit lost at this point.
I know you got a calculator in front of you.
Trying to make the best of it as they can. I mean, let's see. Look, there's 4 players right now. 4 players for East in double-digit scoring, which is pretty unheard of. I mean, they're just popping off.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you, I mean, I don't know how much scrimming they did or how much practice they did, but I mean, they came right out the gate with the chemistry tonight, and it shows. Everybody was firing all cylinders, weren't fighting for the disc. A lot of coordinated passes, but and then getting the chains together when they really needed them to be, and the good positioning out of the East. It just shows how well the team gelled coming right out the gate.
Did you see that? That was please get the highlight. Thank you. It's Cruz into Strembitsky on a sort of assist. That was actually a pretty mad play we just saw there, because Cruzen got stunned out, had a headbutt pass essentially to Strem. Strem tapped it back to Cruzen, tapped it back to Strem, back to Cruz. That was actually ridiculous. Like you said, that's chemistry. It's like you planned it. That two-man game, just the quick back and forth passes. It's so nicely strung as Jaywalker gets a 2-point hit.
And Jay coming right back out after 4 seconds. Nice work. And there you have it. There, that's kind of what we need to see out of the West here. The whole time they started, both halves, they started just like that. Came out very aggressive and take those shots when they had them. And that was what was working for them. They just never quite fully transitioned to that style of play for this game.
Now, that last play, we saw that 4-second hit. Maybe another quick one here, coming off of a headbutt joust. It's kind of interesting because the headbutt joust shot, it's just shot. It's 60 points from Mozzie. But the headbutt joust is usually something you see. It's almost like I would borderline call it a white flag type of thing. You usually don't see people purposely go to the headbutt joust as QB until the game is just about out of hand and you need some Hail Marys. And yet the amount of times I actually see it work out sometimes has me question, maybe people should do it more. I don't know. People have gotten so good at dribbling that disc with their head. And sometimes it throws off the defense enough to actually work a lot.
Are we talking about new headbutt meta? Is that going to be the thing?
Maybe. I mean, if you can, as long as players can get it done and not be inflicted with the accuracy bug nails.
You never know where the accuracy bug's going to bite you, man. It's always out there. It's just waiting.
And you know what? Well, hey, not being bitten by the accuracy bug that time. Jay Walker now a couple of scores on the board here in the late game. Puts him to 27 points.
Yeah, Jay coming back here in fourth quarter. That'll be it for this game. As the East Coast, yes, Dimwee, I'll say it, the Beast Coast, comes right out and a nice play for them. The East Coast, the chemistry really paying off for them tonight. Definitely showed and putting the West Coast to sleep. We obviously are going to see a rematch next season, but coming up with the final team stats for you out of this game, as you see across the board for the East side, just bringing double-digit points for everybody. Cruisin, who only has 2 points, but 5 saves. Cruisin was doing some amazing work in the goal tonight, really crushing it, and just putting to sleep the West Coast offense that they came in, really frustrating them as they worked their way. All that hard work, those passes to get in the bubble there, some good shots, and Cruisin was just there to stop them at the gates.
Yeah, the amount of distribution on those stat lines there is just it's really what sticks out for me. Look at the points and the assists and save. I mean, every stat category really, but points and assists, everyone is really sharing the disc a lot. Everyone's scoring, and Cruisin only 2 points, but he was still doing mad work, in terms of assists and saves, and again, just being that controlling anchor in the back line, and you need those. But really helping enable everyone else on that team to just do their thing and do it really effectively.
Yeah, and I think Cruisin, for his part, based on the strategy the East Side was coming out with tonight, of those clears and having the stacks at the ready, that's really in the first half where I think we kind of saw them walk away with the points in this game, is that as soon as they had those clears and Cruisin was stopping those goals and they'd break up the offense and send a nice clear, they were the first ones to the disc almost every time they're in the first half. And they were just taking advantage of those long-distance threes. The times they had to work their way into the bubble, the West Side was doing a really good job of stopping them and breaking up those plays and making them take 3, 4, 5 attempts before they put 2 points on the board, which is great unless you're down by 23 points, right? So the West Coast, I think, just took a little bit more time figuring out the Eastern style offense, and the East kind of came out with their game plan immediately. It worked out for them. They were able to start walking away with the score, and it paid off for them, which is unable to catch up for the West Side.
So on that note, though, did you have a pick for your MVP or spotlight and so on?
MVPs, I know, right? Can we the whole team? So, dude, I think my number one right now, I think, is probably going to be Cruisin for the MVP. I think he did such good work of really breaking up those attempts for the West to get on the board and doing an amazing job of really just shutting down that offense. And then those clears, dude, on those clears that were coming right back out of the blue side, and anybody who's played will tell you how difficult it is to get a clear to go all the way through all the geos to the other side of the arena and make that happen. He was the one getting it done. And I think for me, he was going to be the one that was the MVP. And I think for your spotlight, it's going to be Mozzie. Yes, I'm speaking to you from the spirit world right now. My camera is not up. But you can still hear my voice. Mozzie's going to be my spotlight. I think Mozzie came out tonight on a tear. He was doing some great work, finding the lines, and really threading the needle there on those shots, especially when the East needed to break up the West runs. And anytime the West was starting to get back on the horse, Mozzie was there to kind of shut them down and break up that momentum.
And I think for me, I would give my MVP would go to Strem in this case. Now, I'll slightly wag my finger for the couple of times he went for the extra jukes and that made him lose the disc. It happened twice in a row. But besides that, he played excellently in the whole course of that match. In fact, you look at it, he is tied for the game high in points there on his team. And he is one stat away, one assist and one save away from being tied for the game high, or for the team high at least, in assists and saves. And he does have the team high stuns. So you're talking about 4 categories of stats where he is the game high, or the team high, or one away from being the team high. And that just tells me, he was on top of his game, doing everything on everywhere. And you like to see that kind of play, complete play from end to end. Spotlight-wise, Mozzie for many of the same reasons. Wasn't able to put saves on the board, but still was able to put strong stats in every other category, and really made the most out of the possessions that he had to either score or assist, which is awesome to see.
Great play by many of players. That's why we call them all-stars. So there you go, the best of the best. It was an exciting matchup. I'm not going to choose between because I think they all deserve it, and it's an exhibition match, so why not? It's all for good fun, and it was fun. But at the end of the day, we've got another match coming up that really, really does matter, and that's going to be Saturday night. We are getting to the first ever Pro Series championship game. Early thoughts on that matchup, Palador?
It's going to be intense. That much I know. You have a Cyclones team who have psyched everybody out across the NEPA Pro Series with the dominance that they showed throughout the majority of the season. So finding them at the end, they were early favorites, and you can see why. Now going against the Kansas City team, the Echo Club Kansas City, I'm well familiar with them personally, firsthand. We played them twice in the regular season, and they eliminated us just days ago in the postseason. So it's a team I'm well aware of, and they're scary. They are very scary. They're a team that if you're not on points and firing on every single cylinder, they absolutely can come and crush you with just, again, breakneck amount of offensive dominance. They are a tough team to stop, and it's kind of a matter of just immovable object, unstoppable force when it comes to these two teams, I feel like. And I'm just expecting fireworks, quite frankly.
I think we will definitely see a lot of those. Nails, how about you?
It's same. I think the Cyclones, obviously, just as Pally said, dude, have been on a terror the entire season. They've got their chemistry worked out, they've got their game plan worked out, and their strategy worked out, and they're going to come in full force here on Saturday. And I think we're going to see them in tip-top form, as we've seen the Cyclones all season. They took a couple losses during the season, which I think was good for them to kind of see where the holes in their strategy and their play were. And you can bet they learned from it, and they're going to be closing those gaps in their strategy and gameplay as they come up against Kansas City. What I love about Kansas City is that Kansas City has shown a very strong ability to be flexible in how they play their opponent. So you saw them come out on opponents that they need to play very fast and very violent. They brought that kind of style of play to the game, and it worked very well from on teams that they need to be very structured and controlled with the disc. Then we saw that as well on teams where they needed to run the clock and alter their strategy on the fly. They were very good about that. I think Echo Club Kansas City is very much a thinking team, and you can bet that they've studied a lot of time of what the Orlando Cyclones are how they're going to play and what strategy they're going to be, and they have something to match it, and it's going to be super exciting to watch because they're going to come out and they're going to alter the gameplay to meet what the Cyclones have, and whatever the Cyclones have been doing for the season, I guarantee you Echo Club Kansas City can match it if they roll into the game knowing what to expect, and it matches, and if not, to adjust on the fly. So I think we're going to see quite the shootout here between these two teams. The thinker and the very super fast play with the 4 really strong, heavy hitters that are coming out of the Cyclones as well. So it's going to be quite the show on Saturday. I don't want to miss it.
And quick
Quite the
shout out
show
too.
is
I want to
right.
give
Yeah, go ahead, Baldor.
quick shout out I want to give to Oculusator in the chat there, who was the first pick and leading striker there for Kansas City. Saying Pally too nice and all that and stuff. Well, I remember the day. I'm pretty sure it was on draft day for a pro series when I was picked. People were very gracious and nice and such. I remember Oculusator either that day or somewhere around it was saying, glad Pally's back, something. Can't wait to beat him, something along those lines. You did what you set out to do, sir. I'm beat, but I'm still rooting for you just as much, as the Cyclones, because I'm a unbiased caster. But that said,
there you go. Oculusator delivering on his promise. That's right where we want to be.
I'm very biased.
All right.
Bring the West Coast back to the top.
All right, folks, there you have it. We have got an exciting match Saturday night starting at 7 p.m. Central. You do not want to miss this. AAA, we've got the Memphis Sounds taking on the Toledo Clippers for that title. That'll be immediately followed by the game we've just been discussing with Echo Club Kansas City taking on those Orlando Cyclones. This is it. We will crown the champions of the first ever Pro Series. You do not want to miss it. Be here, 7 p.m. Central, NEPA TV. Nowhere else to see it. That's all I got. See ya.
See ya.